Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different because I have not had the time and quite frankly the willpower to go outside and make, some new videos. So it's been too cold. It's been really freaking cold, sub-zero cold, and we got way too much snow. So yeah, I think today what I want to start is a little series I'll do occasionally on the story behind these photos. So we're going to take a look at this photo here, which is the John Moulton Barn. I think it's John Moulton Barn in the Tetons National Park. So this photo was taken in May of 2024. My wife and I, we went on a trip to Arizona to help my parents move out of their house. They're getting older and we just wanted to help them, make it a little bit easier for them. So we had originally planned to just fly out there, spend a couple days and then fly back here to Michigan. But my wife got the idea to let's drive back and we can bring some stuff because my parents are moving up here. We can bring some stuff with us to, help them out. So when she said that, I said, all right, that sounds awesome. Why don't we go north? We can check out the Grand Canyon and we can hit up the Tetons. So that's what we did. The only problem with that for me in my head was I didn't have my camera gear because I wasn't going out there to film or take photos or do anything like that, right? So I brought my dad's Canon Rebel something camera and away we went. It was like a day and a half drive from the Phoenix area to get up there. And let me tell you, the Tetons were always a bucket list location for me. For some reason, I had it in my head, I'm never going to be able to get there. And I'm really happy that we did. I need to go back. I have to go back. So we go up to the Grand Canyon, check that out. That place is amazing. If you haven't been there before, you gotta go. It's one thing to see it as you're flying over, going east to west or vice versa, right? But man, being on the ground, the Grand Canyon it's incredible. So we spent a couple hours at the Grand Canyon, drove north. We stayed the night in Salt Lake City. And then the next morning we got up, left Salt Lake, and we got to Jackson, Wyoming at maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon or something. And when I tell you that all of my expectations were exceeded when we drove from Jackson into the valley where the Teton National Park is. It is hands down my favorite place on this planet. And I've been to some cool places. I have yet to find a place more beautiful. We haven't gone to Yellowstone. I've been to Yosemite, and Yosemite is amazing as well. But the feeling I get when I'm there in the Tetons is it was something I'm chasing that still to this day. Almost 2 years later. But so yeah, this photo, you go to Mormon Row. This is the iconic location of the Tetons. Just about everyone has taken these photos. If you're a photographer, this may be one of your shots that you want to get, right? It's an iconic shot. And I know there's people out there who say, well, it's been done a million times, so I'm not going to waste my time doing it. Man, you know what? Screw that. Go do it, right? All of those photos that we've all seen of this location are awesome. They're amazing. And I wanted to have my own version of that. So that's what I did. Now, I will say that if you've never been there before and you are planning to go there and planning to get a shot like this, make it your own. However you can do that. I was lucky. I was actually bummed at the time, but looking back on it, I was lucky. When we showed up to the Tetons, there was heavy cloud cover hanging over the mountains. You could barely see the mountains. I was really disappointed. That night, it was kind of a pain, just you would occasionally see a peak sticking out through the clouds. So I didn't think I was going to have any luck with any of it. So the next morning we get up. You need to be prepared when you go to this location because everybody else is there. It is one of those places, I forget which arch it is in Utah, one of the arches, and there's just, tons of photographers there, and they're all trying to get that same iconic shot. If you want that shot, do it, but just be aware there are going to be tons of people. There are probably 50, 60 people standing in the same field I was in getting this shot. So find your spot, get there super early if that's what you want to do. Just know you're potentially going to be standing in someone else's shot. You're going to have people walking into your shot. It just is what it is, and don't get upset if that happens, just because everyone's there trying to do the same thing. Now, that said, I still think it was worth it. I feel lucky that with this shot in particular, that we had the cloud cover. At the time, I didn't think that. I was bummed. I wanted to see the mountains in all their splendor, and they are gorgeous. Everyone knows that, right? But the cloud cover and the way the clouds were opening and closing, and the way the sunrise, the sunlight came and hit on the mountains, made this shot to me just absolutely magical. Looking at the shot, you can tell, it is still the Tetons. It is still the famous barn. It is all of that stuff, right? So all these things combined to me make it that much more special. And that is what I think as photographers, we're going to try to chase, right? So get out there. Don't be afraid to get the same damn shot that everybody else has gotten. Is it going to win an award? Probably not, but this is my favorite photo from that trip, and I got some pretty good ones. I got sprawling valley shots and saw a moose a couple times. I got a giant panorama when it started to clear up a little bit more, but there's still clouds. It's amazing. You go to the spot along, I can't remember the name of the road, but it's an overlook. It's literally just an overlook that overlooks the Snake River as it's cutting through the valley. It's the same spot that Ansel Adams stood in, just standing there, knowing that the history of photography was shaped by this place, specifically landscape photography, right? It's amazing to me that this is such an iconic location. It really is a lovely, lovely spot. I will say, if you go to the same spot where Ansel Adams got his famous Snake River shot, you're not going to get it. The trees have grown significantly, and they are blocking the shot. So try to get your own version of it now, I guess, with the trees in the foreground blocking the whole thing. I tried and failed. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want you to know that you have to get there. Yeah, so if you get that shot where Ansel Adams was standing, it's going to be different. So just be aware of that if you go. But yeah, this is one of my favorite photos, and I'm glad that I took the time. I'm glad that I stood there next to 50 other photographers or whatever it was, and I got this shot because it was something I wanted to do. So always do stuff that you want to do. Don't let other people's voices. I've seen photographers here on YouTube say, I would never take that shot because it's been done so many times. Do what you want, man. Right? Photography is for yourself. If you want it, go do it. Don't let the opinions of other people who you don't know affect how you feel about things. So I just wanted to say that. And also, it's not the equipment you have, right? It's not the equipment you have. I took this with the Canon Rebel photo, camera. That was it, with kit lens. That's it. You can get awesome photos with basic camera equipment. Obviously, better glass helps, and better cameras are always going to probably be better, but if all you can afford is a Canon Rebel photo, go out there and take the photos you want. You can get some bangers, man. To me, this is an awesome photo. This is one of my favorite photos I've ever taken. I love it. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say, pretty much. Yeah, get the photos you want. Love this location. If you haven't been there, make it a priority to get there some way. You got to do that. So thank you for stopping by. I really, really appreciate everyone who watches my videos, takes the time to watch the videos. If you've made it this far, man, drop me a like on the video, subscribe, follow, all of that fun stuff. Check me out on my social media. I got Instagram, I got Facebook, I even got a TikTok. So yeah, Wayne K Photo on Instagram. I believe it's on TikTok as well. Wayne Kapansky Photography on Facebook. Yeah, thanks for stopping by.